They dropped a bomb. They dropped a bomb on the Western Sudan airport. Not a single word being said in the media. Not one media coverage. Not one headline have I seen yet.
Why is the United Arab Emirates backing a genocidal militia? Satellite images and UN reports show the UAE is arming a paramilitary group, which is trying to take over Sudan by force. The country's civil war has displaced 12 million people and left 25 million facing acute hunger. The UAE rejects these accusations, but evidence of its role backing the rapid support forces is overwhelming. So why is it involved? One argument is that the UAE wants Sudan's gold. There are multiple gold mines in Sudan, including here, here, and here. And gold is important to the Emirates. The country has become a gold refining hub, and gold is now its most valuable non-hydrocarbon export. But here's the thing, the UAE already imports almost all of Sudan's gold. What's more, the Emirates has a $500 billion economy, so importing slightly more gold doesn't make much of a difference. Another argument is agriculture. Sudan has more land that could be used for farming than any other African country. That interests the UAE, which is highly dependent on imports. As a desert country, 90% of its food comes from abroad. But the UAE already controls tens of thousands of hectares of Sudanese farmland and imports tens of millions of dollars of its crops. Others suggest that the UAE is after geopolitical influence. Sudan has a large coastline on the Red Sea. That makes it a strategic location for trade and security. But there's another explanation, a more compelling one. The UAE seems motivated by ideology. Its president, Mohammed bin Zayed, is fiercely hostile to political Islam. In Sudan, Islamist officers wield power within the army. That seems to be why the UAE is backing a militia that's fighting against the army. It follows a pattern of the Emirates trying to carve out its own sphere of influence, distinct from regional rivals like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Turkey. A few years ago, it supported a warlord who unsuccessfully tried to overthrow the government of Libya. It supports secessionists in Yemen. It also backs the leaders of Puntland and Somaliland, two breakaway republics in Somalia. And the UAE is skeptical of the Islamist-led government that has emerged in Syria. But nowhere has its foreign policy had more devastating consequences than in Sudan, where the government accused the UAE of complicity in genocide. The UAE's policy has managed to anger America, China, and Russia, no small feat in 2025. Even though the RSF has lost some ground, there are no signs that Emirati support for the militia is waning. That means its role fueling the world's worst humanitarian crisis looks likely to continue.
People stay silent, even black people. Black people, you should all be ashamed of yourselves. Maybe if we fought so hard for our own, we would be doing a lot better, wouldn't we? But no, here we are. So they dropped the bomb. Children, Ya Jamana, children are suffering. Children are in the mix of all this. It's so hard for me to make videos. Like, I take this shit personally because I have a friend, unfortunately, that is having to live through this shit. I mean, he escaped, thank God, but the trauma that he has to live with, yeah, God. What do we know about trauma? I don't know, guys, I don't know. And nothing's working out. It's like as hard as I'm fighting, nothing's working out. People don't want to sign my petition, people don't want to support, people don't do nothing. My views are not going up. TikTok ain't even helping and shadow banning me. I'm just trying to do what's right to help people in need. So please, if you're watching this video, spread awareness about what's happening in Sudan. What's happening in Sudan is so... I'm gonna cry and come out and do that. But I tell y'all, if we don't do something, it's gonna be some shit that we'll never be able to recover from. I promise about that. But Sudan provides so much for the world takes Sudan for granted.